Hey y'all, this is Marley K. Hope y'all are well. Got a story I want to bring to you, a couple of stories for this particular video. So I'm going to try to get through all of them. But I will include a link to every one of them in the description so that you can read them for yourselves. This story is from AS. It is a online magazine in Madrid, Spain. And it is about monthly payments or universal basic income pilot programs that are getting ready to start all over the United States. So I'm going to read this to you quickly, and then I'm going to get into some other stuff. Okay, so it says monthly payments of $500 in the United States, dates and who receives it. Across the United States, there are programs that will provide those who are eligible with monthly payments as part of pilot guaranteed income initiatives. And this article came out on May 20th of 2023. Last year, after inflation reached historical levels, several states across the U.S. approved the sending of stimulus checks and tax refunds for their residents to provide economic relief in the face of high prices. So I don't know how you say you sending us a tax refund, like that was our money. But stimulus checks I can see, but as you can see, that was the whole purpose of getting us accustomed to these stimulus checks. Little by little, the states that are sending money is decreasing. However, residents of some cities and counties in the United States may be eligible to participate in pilot guaranteed income programs that have been set up and that will issue payments of $500 or more each month. Monthly payments of $500 in the United States, dates and who receives it. The city of El Monte launched a guaranteed income program that will provide unconditional cash assistance to 125 eligible residents, and this is in California. Approved participants will be eligible for $500 monthly payments using an EBT card, which is electronic benefits transfer card, and that's so that they can track every purchase that you make. Everything that you do with this money, they'll be able to track it. Payments began in March 2023. Beneficiaries, single female heads of household with children under the age of 18 who live at or below the federal poverty level and who were affected by the Sonoma County implemented the Pathway to Income Equity Program, which will award 305 randomly selected residents $500 per month for 2 years. Recipients, parents with children under the age of 6 or pregnant, under 6 years of age, or pregnant women with family income below 185% of the federal poverty level and who were affected by the applications are already closed. So notice there's a pattern where they want to help women and women with children, but there's no accommodations for men. So although they say parents, they really mean women. And so you have to be really careful how you interpret what they mean, because they'll give you a description. And I'm just telling you from my experience working with federal funding for, I can't tell you how many years, almost 20. When you read these solicitations and these notices and how this wording is, they're saying parents, but you better believe they mean women. If a man wants some money, he gonna have to jump through some hoops. So, this tells you too that they are not really focusing on men who are going to be without. Iowa, the Uplift program is designed to help low-income Iowans. A total of 110 participants were randomly selected from the 6,000 who applied to receive a payment of $500 over 2 years. Payments started this month. To be eligible, Iowans had to live in Dallas, Polk, or Warren counties. In addition, have a household income at or below 60% of the area median and have at least one dependent age 25 years old or younger. In Massachusetts, the Rise Up program was launched in Cambridge, Massachusetts. This project seeks to send $500 per month to 2,000 people for 18 months. The application process will begin on June 1st and will end on July 31st. The program is targeted to low-income Cambridge households with dependents age 21 and under who earn 250% or less of the federal poverty level. So notice that they're targeting poor people because they know that poor people need the money, and they know that poor people will do, whatever they want them to get this free money so that it will bring some relief. It doesn't have any strings attached. You just have to provide data. You have to give them all this information. And so the people who are applying for these programs don't really understand what's happening. New York. New York is the bridge project for new mothers in New York, which will transition from a pilot project to a permanent program, according to Bloomberg reports. The temporary program, which provided monthly debit cards to expectant mothers in neighborhoods from northern Manhattan, will extend to Brooklyn, Staten Island, and Queens, as well as the city of Rochester in the north of the state. Eligible women receive $1,000 a month for 18 months and then $500 a month for another 18 months. According to a report by CBS News, there are more than 100 guaranteed income pilot programs in 32 states and Washington, D.C., which are publicly and privately funded, offering payments monthly between $50 and $1,500, according to data from the Economic Security Project. So I never heard of this project, so I clicked on the link, and because I always want to know who funds it. So I started looking, and I'm trying to get it to go to. I always want to know who is affiliated with these things. Not us. Look, this one right here could be a little baby raccoon. But notice there are hardly any African Americans associated with it, and all right. So I go down to funding disclosure because I always want to know where the money comes from. So as of September 2022, the funders include, so let me blow this up so y'all can see. So look at these foundations. Look at this one in particular. That one, right, Chanda. All right. But this is a hearty list of people who have their hands, or not people, organizations, private charitable foundations that have their hands in a lot of different things. I know this because I have a fundraising background. I write grants and I research foundations for people. And so I've, over the years, learned about a lot of these foundations on the list, and I know what they fund. So, it doesn't surprise me that any of these people are on the list. And it's just crazy that these people are all in everything. Okay. So the other thing that I wanted to show you was that they already have a basic income style bill on the books that was proposed in 2018. Look who is centered there. Then Senator Harris. And they have a Lift the Middle Class Act. And the bill would offer a sizable cash payment to most middle-class households. Single people would get $250 per month or $3,000 a year. Married couples would get $500 per month or $6,000 a year. and it would get phased out for singles without kids making $50,000 or more, and married couples or single people with kids making $100,000 or more. It could cost about 200 billion in the first year or 2 trillion over 10 years, roughly in the range of the price tag for the 2017 tax cuts. So just understand that these people already got this stuff worked out. It's a bill already crafted. Y'all already see Miss Cackling. She already got her hand in it, Miss Skewy. And it's just a coincidence that Miss Skewy is in office at this particular time when all this stuff is happening. So, again, when you talk about why people are where they are, and none of this stuff is a coincidence. People are chosen for a reason, and you're starting to see why she's where she is. All right, the last story I want to bring to you is from the Washington Examiner. It is on Microsoft Start, and it is about the stimulus check, the Rise Up program in Cambridge. This story came out today. It says there are 10 more days until a new guaranteed income program in Massachusetts, which will give selected participants monthly payments of $500, and it will begin accepting applications. The applications for the program titled Rise Up Cambridge will open on June 1st and close on July 31st, with applications approved on a rolling basis income. On a rolling basis. I don't know what I'm talking about. The payments are intended to help households with at least one child and are being funded by a $22 million commitment from Cambridge, Massachusetts. They say this, but they don't tell you about the private piece. And so the other site already disclosed that these are public-private partnerships. Recipients selected for the program will be given monthly installments for 18 months for a total of $9,000 each. To qualify for the program, an applicant must be a resident of Cambridge, be at least 18 years old, and have at least one person in his or her household under the age of 21. So, again, children are required to be in your household. Most men who are single or divorced or whatever, you just got children out here in the streets and you're not in the same household with them, you're not going to be eligible for these universal basic income programs. So what are you going to do? What's your plan? As you can see, there's a concerted effort to take care of women and children, but not men. I'm curious as to what is going on. Why is that? Like, men are not human beings. Young males are not human beings. It's going to, I don't know. I'm going to reserve my comment for later. I have some ideas about what's going to happen, but it's scary. To qualify, I'm sorry. Additionally, the household must have an income at least or below 250% of the federal poverty level. It is the only citywide cash aid program in the United States. The income requirement for a household's eligibility depends on how many people live in the household. Households of 2 people will be eligible if they make no more than $49,300 a year, and households of 3 will be eligible if the annual income does not go over $62,150 per year. The income limit increases slightly with every additional household member. In addition to receiving the monthly payments, recipients can make additional money by participating in surveys or by documenting their experiences in the program. These surveys or documents will be optional, but those who partake in them will be compensated for the time spent on the projects. The money recipients get from the monthly installments will not need to be reported as taxable income, which, to me is crazy. Like, we giving away money left and right, and they're not going to tax this money. But they want you to tell them about your Venmo and Cash App and PayPal. So this is how you know it's a dead cat on the line. So they call it a stimulus, but really it's the Universal Basic Income pilot program. So this is where we're headed, people. They are planning to roll out this stuff in mass all over the country. As you can see, a lot of these programs are just starting. And if they're going for like an 18-month period, that can kind of give you an idea, say, 2024, 2025. They're going to be ready to roll these out nationally. And by then, things probably will be so bad that, Uncle Sam is going to be like, I'm here to help. And folks are going to be like, yes, I'll take your help. What do I have to do? So continue to prep, continue to pray, continue to work on, positioning yourself so that you don't have to partake in these programs, because these things are going to require you to give up a lot of privacy, a lot of your data and information, and you're going to be required to do certain things. Although they're not saying that, trust me, you are. So if you know people who are in a situation desperate and thinking about these programs, try to explain the big picture to them. Although I found it like futile trying to talk to poor people about these gimmicks that the government rolls out and how they harm us in the long term, because people can, people are selfish. They only see themselves and their needs for right now. They don't think big picture. So, we just have to continue to pray for those people, continue to pray for our own situations, continue to prep, seek the Most High. We are like, I just don't even know what to say right now. It's so scary seeing all this stuff happen. But, also I feel some relief because I'm able to see it happen, and I'm able to see things, in a 3 to 5 year time frame ahead of when those things will be implemented. And part of it is practice, because I have worked with the federal government in different capacities for a very long time. So I understand, when they roll out policy or implement something, it takes a while for it to get to you at the local level. But the difference with this is they're starting at the local level, and then they've already introduced a bill for universal basic income. So this is coming. I don't know if it's gonna come out before Papa leaves office, or if he's gonna try to run and then implement it in 2025. But be on the lookout for this bill. I would go to congress.gov, sign up for notifications for this specific bill, and keep an eye on it, because this is kind of like a gauge for you to be able to determine how fast or how slow things are going, because they're not going to talk about this stuff. They're just going to pass these bills. They're going to stick it in something, and the next thing you know, it's law. So this is why you have to really pay attention to it. It's not that we're going to be able to prevent it, because what has to happen is going to happen. But at least you will know how to position yourselves, and you will be able to warn others about what's coming. All right, this is Marley K. Please like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to my Odyssey and my Rumble channels. Any event this channel goes down, because we telling too much truth over here. Please consider supporting the channel. My links for my Venmo and coffee are in the description. Again, continue to pray, seek the Most High, repent, look up, because our redemption is near. We done made it through all this other stuff. We're going to make it through this too. So don't have any fear. This information is not to cause you to have any fear. This information is to help those who can see to continue to watch, because things are happening really fast and they're happening all over the place. So we just need to know what's going on in our environment so that we can make preparations and keep ourselves safe, and the ones that we love, people that we love. All right, y'all, this is Marley K, and I am